I'm finally here. Hello. What the? Something's going on. Someone's throwing stuff at me from down the stairs, and I'm scared. Help. Anyway, that's not what we're doing today. We be doing this game. You know, the fun game. God, I need a. Hang on. Let me quickly put my thing on. I don't want notifications. Thank you very much. Okay, now we're good. You know, we're playing this game. A different form of visual novel. Hang on. I want to know what was. Oh, I got gum. I think. No, it's just chewy candy. Hey. You know any spoilers? Boy, maybe? Probably not? I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna continue. All I remember is that your sister of mine was giving me tips from last time, and now we're doing this. I believe last time, we did all of Sayori's things, so now we gotta do Natsuki, and according to my sister, once we do Natsuki, we can continue on to the second act of some sort. I don't know. I don't really trust her words, but we're gonna do it anyways. Great start to this. I have no idea what's happening with myself. I just throw myself into these games, and then suddenly I have no idea what I'm doing, and it's a very awkward opening. But, I don't know. What words relate to Natsuki again? Is it, like, cute words? I don't know. So, like, so Sayori's words are, melancholy ones, like, I don't know. Yuri's are big words. And Natsuki's is cute, I think? Are you an adult? I'm not an adult. I'm very far from an adult. I am still a minor. No, I'm not. I'm not an adult. I'm a minor. That was wrong. Okay. That was also wrong. Okay. Boop. You know, boop is a good one. I'm struggling, man, you know. Starting this off is very hard for me. I don't know. God. Dream isn't a big word. That's not supposed to be for Yuri, is it? Are you kidding me? Vacation is Sayori? I'm doing horribly. No. No! Oh god, I'm doing so bad. There we go. Hopefully that's good. Don't worry so much. You get points towards a girl that doesn't jump too. Near misses count. Yay. I forgot I named myself Schwumple. I'm forgetting so many things, but God, I love the name Schwumple. It's so stupid. Hi again, Schwumple. Glad to see you didn't run away on us, haha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. I'm back at the literature club. It was I've already read this, but you know, it's been a while and I don't remember anything, so we're gonna read it again. I was the last to come in and everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Schwumple. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join the clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. I mean, isn't that the point of a club? Only you do slightly different activities depending on what you join. You just stay after school and hang out? Or am I mistaken on what a club is actually for? I don't know. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Monica is literature. Monica is not. I can guarantee Monica is not literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki pops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Shunpul always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without cooking. How dependable. So you're because your room is so messy, you almost set your house on fire. I want to know that story. I've already. How? Just how? Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come you and Shunpul can become good friends too? Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation you just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's nothing really. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound much more like a big deal than it's really not. Ugh, what do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal about it if you don't want it to be. Alright. Fuck. That wasn't... yeah, it's fun here. Yeah, I hate when things just randomly show up on my screen. Things, emails, and stuff. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. Enthusiastically, I take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book, and I can't help but notice her tense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki was rummaging in the closet. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica! She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone's just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books in boxes over across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga's one of those things that you can't really admit you're into it until you figure out what the other person stands. I can admit it. I read manga all the time. I'm a weeb. I'll admit it. I disagree with that statement. I have a bookshelf over in my room. So much manga. Anyway, how did you know anyways? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst the stack of various books on one side of the shelf. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is. Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to the box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Aha! Much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get closer at the box and Why is reading such a struggle once it's out loud? I don't know why. I've brought this up many a time, but whenever I read out loud, I suddenly have a stroke every 5 minutes, and I just can't read for the life of me. I don't know why, but it's just a thing, and I hate it. I get a closer look at the box that she's admiring. Perfect Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. This probably means it's either way out of my demographic, or it's just simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Schwimple. I love that name. Consider this lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features four girls in colorful attire, striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly Mo. Don't just stand there. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsill. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. What's that? I guess it's just easier to be closer like this. Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arm and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space she hopes I didn't notice. Or won't notice. The same thing. You know, I'm bad at reading. I'm bad. I'm bad. I'm so bad. I do this to myself, you know. I really like point and click and text to read games and stuff like that. But once I start reading, I suddenly can't do it. I love these kinds of stories. I love these kinds of games. I love anything that's like this. But reading out loud is so hard. I don't know why I do this to myself. The struggles of trying to enjoy something you like. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I've read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I finish the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. Kinda grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot? Well, obviously. You think I would enjoy something that doesn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things. Like this really funny chapter where they're obsessed with the guy at the ice cream shop. That just helps you get to know the characters. Besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like when they get into their backstories and when some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There's so much touching parts. Is it so? It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait! What's that supposed to mean? Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't seen your full power yet. She has a full power? That's fair. Whatever. Good save. This chapter seems to be about baking. This is just a guess, but there's a lot of baking. Is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well, Natsuki pauses for a moment, as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah. Why does it matter? It doesn't. I'm just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? It's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking at the same time I got this manga. I would like to get into I would get into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that impressionable. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that's Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all hobbies to pick from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention, she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? We read for a few more minutes. I finished a couple chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that, if you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Ah, sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up with them without them all being like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? It makes me want to punch them in the face. I feel that, I very much relate to that. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. But it's still probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica is just a jerk about that part. I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it. Well, it's not like it solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flip the page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast from her usual bossy tone, but if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling that you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience, the thought makes me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone. Are you all ready with today's poems? Oh, right, we did poems. I forgot about that. Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse? Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. I thought you'd look pretty cozy over there. Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright, I guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Oh, yeah, but Monica just said. Don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I didn't really plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. If it gets bent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow? I only got part way through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. I'm stuttering over every word. I am so sorry. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then. I stand up. I return where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write poems last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you go find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see that Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Emails! No! Everything's fine. I'm not getting emails. Who should I show my poem to first? I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. Hi, Schwimple. Having a good time so far. Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or anything we could do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. Oh my god. I can't speak. I hate it. I can't. But I'm going to keep going. Listen to the horrible speaking. Here I go. I mean, I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, I want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Schumple. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I wanna, before I arrived, what were they actually doing in this club? Like, were they just awkwardly all just sitting there reading to themselves? What were they doing before I joined? I don't know. I hand Monica my poem. I like it, Schumple. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. She's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. By any chance, have you read anything by Shel Silverstein? Maybe a long time ago. He's famous for telling all kinds of stories with just a few simple words. His poems can be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anybody. Okay. Okay. I see. So you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning right. So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little more biased towards their own kinds of style, but I'll always help you find what suits you most. So don't force yourself to write everyone. I swear I can read. I swear I can. I'm just not good at it. Not well, at least. But I can read. I can. I need okay. I'm gonna look at the words and I'm going to read it properly. I got to. Okay. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims they're not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the Wall. I've already read this one, so I'm just gonna, skip it. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. I didn't read it! Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. Epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming off strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem, or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper, and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is like this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. You're welcome. Yuri's next. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't worry yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. Oh wait, okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess I guess that it might be after reading through it. Ah, so it was that bad. No! Didn't I just read my voice? Oh, I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we haven't gotten anywhere. It may take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical to new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable that I recognize is that new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter. They freeform fit the two together. The end result is both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changed. Her stammering is completely gone. She sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them, but building them and getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Now, you can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if it is a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost Hunter, yeah, I've already read this one as well. I'm sorry, you have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time. It took me 1 second to read. I didn't even read it. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is very pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost theory? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Shumple. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. I did, you're right, I did. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps, the subject of the poem was only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I haven't even thought about it. No, I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I'll just have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Go to Natsuki next. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Then what's the point of sharing it in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, I remember how I said I wanted you to read your poem. Remember how I said I wanted you to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when I was writing this. I wanted to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poems if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and then make me go, ha! Well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. You went and ruined it. Hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it? Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're so all self-important. I'm pretty sure you never said that. I was mostly saying that to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. can't figure it out if it's a win or a loss that you liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? It's fine, I guess. And because Monica will make me if I don't. I've read this one too. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? I'm just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even, take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly! I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but I made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling of the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. I won't. Sayori! This is a good poem, Shumpo. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy that would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid you wouldn't do it seriously, that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. It reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the clubroom. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's just like I said before, Schwumpel. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure Sayori sees full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, then I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. And yeah, I've already read that one. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No! Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. Get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone was judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they were just being nice, there's no way my poems could stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper. They're sharing their respective poems. God, they're like polar opposites when it comes to writing. At least I think so. As they read in tandem, I watch their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. Ooh. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I don't know. the way you wrote it? I know that. I just meant that... the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Schrumpel did too. Based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Schrumpel liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous and Schrumpel appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. How do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would be deliberately going out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one who's... I love this line. I hate it, but I love it. Imagine getting a size bigger as soon as Schwimpel starts showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turn towards me. I don't know why I struggled on that. As if they just noticed I was standing there. Schwimpel, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could just get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all overly convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not have to force them to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Schrumpel. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings the meaning of the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Schrumpel? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with them will probably think more highly of me. So of course it's gotta be Sayori! Help me! Natsuki glares at me, drawing up any words I had in my mouth. Instead I turn to Yuri. But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Eh? Yeah, everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Schwimpel. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to inject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people. I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's they're the same size as they always were. Big and beautiful. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So that's why Sayori is vice president, I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own way, isn't it? Isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? Ah, what was that? Oh, thank you for the follow. Honestly, why does that noise scare me so much? Whenever I hear it, I immediately jump out of, fear. I don't know. But thank you for following. Cloudy monster. I don't know. I'm scared. Scary. Big scares. It's fine. I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly, which causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get a chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Oh, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Shumpo, how about you? Yeah, I'd have to say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow, and maybe you'll learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, did I learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes? With any luck, that means I can do a little better job at impressing who I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Shumpo, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. Can't really say that I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Strumpel, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day's gonna be so much fun. Looks like Sayori just still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, we'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Whoosh! We did it! E. God damn it, Zach. E. Let's see. Boop. Pink. Hop. I'm just gonna socks. Inferno probably isn't one. Dream was apparently not. Dream was not. Yuri. God, that's not a big complicated word like vivacious. What is that word? Vivacious? What does that even mean? No, Lucky wasn't one. Parfait. Skirt. Love. No. Games. Jumpy. Fly. No. Cute. Bad. Nope. I'm bad at this. No, that's not right either. Lipstick. Anime. Nope. Silly. Nope. Romance? No. Candy. Candy's good. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting. Club meeting already. Yeah. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over a couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Shumpo. Yes, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always been simple things with you anyways. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That doesn't like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just want to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch to get it open and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets the contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. See right through you, Sayori. That's not fair! How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget your money. You spent all your money, so I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. I wasn't listening or anything. I was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Spoonblue to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after playing mischievous little stunt like that, you're suffering. Not stuffing. You're suffering. It's fair enough retribution. I didn't mean it like that. I got too absorbed in my book. I really like it when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's the fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the retribution. That! Still, coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes, so I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Flat. Yeah! Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow. What was... A cookie! Sure enough, the giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is it a miracle? Is it because I prayed my restitution? Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki! That's so nice of you! I'm so happy! Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good! I love cookies. I want a cookie now. I don't have a cookie. I'm sad. Sayori suddenly clasps a hand over her mouth. I bit my tongue! You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do I think he gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Yeah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori... Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Ugh. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... I would be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all? You're so strong-willed. Well, boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware that you played music as well Monica. I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play for us sometime, Monica. Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. Yay! That sounds so cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Schmoopel. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. And I really do love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I choose to leave Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori has somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri's back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. It's not long before Natsuki comes up to me expectantly. Yeah. Don't worry, I kept my promise. I pull out the first volume of Parfait Girls out of my bag. Natsuki takes it from my hands, then quickly turns it over, presumably to check for wrinkles. Hey, I'm not that careless. I handle manga all the time, you know. I just want to make sure. Can you blame me for being paranoid? I don't give people manga every day, you know. That's true. I don't blame you. Well, anyway, let me put this one back. I'm gonna get the next one, okay? Natsuki makes her way to the closet. I follow. So you're gonna tell me everything you thought, right? Where did this volume leave off again? I forget. The chapter ended when Minori and Alice found Monica! Natsuki's voice resonates out from inside the closet. I peer inside. All of Natsuki's books are lined up on the top shelf. Did you move my manga again? Sorry. The teacher got mad at me for taking up so much space in the closet, so I had to move some stuff around and clean up a little bit. It's all there, I just had to organize a bit. The top shelf is far above Natsuki's head. She makes a futile hop and tries to figure out how to reach her manga. Jeez, this is so inconvenient. I'm moving all these back down. There's plenty of room on these shelves. Besides, they're really pretty to look at when they're all lined up. Why would you waste that on the top shelf? Natsuki, there's a stool on the wall there. In the closet, there's a collapsible stool hanging on the wall. If you want, I can reach up there and hand them to you. I can get them myself. Natsuki grabs the stool from the wall and unfolds it. You think I'm too short or something? I mean, I knew it. Well, you know what? Just watch me. Natsuki hops onto the stool, which ends up being a little wobbly because of the collapsible design. Oh, that's... I don't know why I struggled on that. Careful. I know what I'm doing! Standing on the stool, Natsuki's fingertips reach the top shelf. The stool would be enough for me to easily grab the books, but Natsuki was being stubborn as usual. Natsuki uses her fingers to scoot one of the smaller boxes to the edge of the shelf. See? Yeah! The box suddenly tips. Natsuki barely catches it before it falls on the floor. The stool wobbles. Losing balance, Natsuki hops off the stool. Thankfully, she was able to stay on her feet. She holds the box triumphantly. There! Having almost fell, Natsuki is a bit shaken up. Jeez. No need to prove yourself to me. There's no way you'd be able to get the bigger boxes like that. I can reach them, so just... I said I can do it! I don't want your help, okay? I'm gonna get a chair, so just hang on. Natsuki forces her way past me out of the closet. Let's see. The classroom has chairs... The classroom chairs have desks attached, so they're too inconvenient to fit in the closet. Aha! Natsuki trots over to the teacher's desk, which has a computer chair behind it. She rolls it on its wheels back over to the closet. That's not going to end well in any sense. You really shouldn't do that. That's a little dangerous since the chair swivels and rolls, but I've already learned my lesson, so I keep my mouth shut. Natsuki climbs onto the chair, then slowly balances to her feet. Since she refuses my help, I take a seat with my back against the side of the doorway and simply watch. Aha! There we go. See? I can do it easily now. Natsuki grabs a stack of manga and then bends down to put it on the shelf below. The chair swivels. Natsuki catches herself on the shelf. What are you doing? Can you at least hold the chair steady instead of sitting and doing nothing? Who was it that told me not to help? Yeah, I got you. I hold the chair while Natsuki reaches back up. I can almost skip her screen. I forced myself to turn away. Natsuki seriously didn't think this through. When she realizes I'll be dead. Natsuki wraps her arms around the parfait girl's box set, easily the largest one on the shelf. Heavy. Hey, Strumpel, I don't think I can bend down without falling. Hurry and take this one. Eh? But then I have to let go of the chair. That's fine, just for a second. Hurry up. Alright, let me just stand up. I slowly release my grip from the chair. What do you mean, stand up? Natsuki looks down at me. Why are you all the way back? Eh? Natsuki looks like she just realized something, but she'll lose her balance if she moves. Natsuki, the box. What are you looking at? You're trying to look up my Natsuki's legs shake. I'm not. I was just... Natsuki, don't try to move. Just give me the box. You set me up. Go away. Get out. But I'll do it myself. The chair suddenly swivels beneath Natsuki's feet. Natsuki! Yeah! The scene turns into chaos in a split second. The chair flies from under Natsuki's feet. Frantically, I try to catch her. The box topples out of her hand and the books go flying. I got you! Crash. Oh boy. Oh boy. What a turn of events. Ah! The full force of Natsuki's body against mine throws me to the ground. The whole bunch of books pelts me in the face. Natsuki tries to shield herself with her own arms as her face lands straight into my chest. My right arm and back seriously felt the impact. Slowly Natsuki comes to her senses. She presses her arm straight into me and props herself up. Natsuki seems to realize that it's not the floor that's beneath her. Yeah! Gross! A fist pounds into my chest. Natsuki then hoists herself to her feet. What were you thinking, you sicko? Everything okay over there? I heard a loud noise. Monica suddenly peers in. Monica! See what happens when you put the manga on the top shelf? Are you trying to kill your club members or something? Jeez. Sorry. And one more thing. It seems like your most recent club member is a total perv. So I hope you're happy. I didn't... Somehow it's impossible for me to explain this whole bizarre situation to Monica. I didn't do anything, I swear. I know, don't worry. Monica says that to me quietly. It looks like I'm off the hook. Oh no! I look down. Natsuki's kneeling on the floor holding one of the books that are scattered all over. There's a large diagonal crease along the pages that she's desperately trying to smooth out. Must have landed on the pages. Natsuki tries a bit more to fix the crease, but she can't get it out. Suddenly she gives up and slams the book shut, and then throws it to the floor. Instead of continuing to yell, she just lowers her head. Natsuki, are you... No. Natsuki's voice squeaks. Oh no. I see tears on her face. I'll help get the creases out, okay? It's partly my fault, so... Natsuki shields her head, still looking down. No. I don't even care that much. I'm just having a really bad day today. Natsuki sobs again. I didn't mean to take it out on you. I really didn't mean to. It's fine. Is there anything you want to talk about? Natsuki shakes her head. It just... Every day... It's so hard. I just want to come to the club and... Natsuki falls silent again. I can't press her, so I can do the only thing I know how to do. Alright? Well, I'll help clean this up. I'll move the rest of your manga for you. I pick up volume 2 of Parfait Girls. I'll set this one aside. This will help you cheer you up for a bit. Yeah? We can get started on it once I'm done here. Natsuki looks up with her glossy eyes. Her lip quivers. You're really nice to me. It sounds really strange coming from Natsuki. I didn't expect it at all. Well, I'm just treating you like a friend, you know? Natsuki lowers her head and stifles a sob. Not sure what happened to her today. Being nice is the least I can do. The next couple minutes are silent between us as I begin to gather up the scattered books. Make sure to slip them into the box in their correct order. After a little bit, Natsuki starts helping. It isn't long before we're done, and I hoist the box onto the shelf where Natsuki wanted to put it. Then, I got on the stool and quickly finished moving the rest of her books to the top shelf. Alright, that should do it. I hop off the stool. Natsuki averts her gaze. Thanks. It's nothing. Natsuki is holding the volume I set aside in her hands. Right, I'm ready. Good. And if you weren't, I'd make you anyway. You're taking responsibility for what you said. The thing about cheering me up. If you insist. We sit in the same spot as last time, and I open the second volume. Natsuki's mood quickly improves, laughing and pointing out things to me. She's surprisingly sharp, making note of all the subtle, repeated jokes and background elements. In the end, I'm pretty impressed by how everything ties together in this manga. I guess Natsuki has good taste after all. After some time, Monika gets our attention as usual, and it's time to share poems again. Guess I'll be holding on to this for now. Yep. Even you sound more enthusiastic this time. Well, I'm starting to get into it, you know? I told you. Yeah. I returned to my seat and slipped the book into my bag. Let's start with Monika again, because, I'll go from bottom to top. Hi again, Chumple. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for the day? Sure, here you go. I gave my poem to Monika. Alright. It's pretty good. You've been spending some time with Natsuki, haven't you? You must like her writing style. Yeah. I think it's a neat way to tell a story. I don't disagree. Natsuki's poems may be cute, but they're also really meaningful. I can see why you'd be into the style. I guess that means you're not much of a fan of Yuri's poems then. I wouldn't say that. I kinda like everyone's poems. That's true. But I'm sure you like some more than others, right? Like Yuri's uses of complex words and symbolism. So Yuri's way of expressing happiness or sadness in a more direct way. You must have some kind of preference, don't you? Not that it's a contest or anything. I was just curious, that's all. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me the close. I've already read this one. This says load me at the end. It's even more abstract than your last one. What's the load me thing mean? What's it mean? Tell me that one? I guess it's just the way I write. Sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes me feel like they're trying to speak over noises. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as physical expression or feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it in a way that's not every poem is about something. Putting it in a way that you know what? We're just gonna leave it at that. I'm not even gonna try fixing it. Anyway, here's Monika's rating tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know you might change your mind. Or when something unexpected may happen. Jesus, that scares me every time! Thank you for the follow, though. I do appreciate. It's scary, but I appreciate it. Or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, we're going to Yuri now. Are you still mad at me? For disrespecting Natsuki yesterday. Because reading this poem, now I know why you got mad at me. Wait, I got mad at you? When did I get mad at you? Because you prefer her writing over mine. That's not true, really. Meaning I disrespected her. When I disrespected her, I disrespected you too, didn't I? Oh no. Yuri, you might be reading into this a little too much. How could I be so stupid? I always let these little things happen. Whenever I think before I speak, I just come off as awkward and unlikable. But if I speak without thinking, the things I want to keep inside come out and make people hate me. So please don't force yourself to be around me. And this is what Monika wants. Why is it what Monika wants? But it's not fair when you should be enjoying your time with Natsuki and Sayori. Yuri, please. It makes it easier for me if you don't express any concern. Besides, I have my books with me. That's all I need. Yuri smiles sadly and puts her head down on her desk. I'm frustrated. I don't hate her, but it's not as if she's capable of listening to me over her own thoughts. Sad to myself. All I can do is accept that that's how she is. That's the same thing that happened with Sayori. Can I not win with her unless if I write poems for her? God, Yuri, you're so picky. All I can do is accept that that's how she is. If she wants to be left alone, then I have no choice but to abide by that request. Natsuki! Natsuki reads my poem. She keeps glancing at me, then back at the poem. By now she must have read it more than once. Is it that bad? No, it's not. It's good. It's really good, okay? There, I said it. This wasn't supposed to happen. Why can't you just be bad at this? My poems are supposed to impress you, not the other way around. You trying to impress me? Obviously. You think I'd let you enjoy Yuri's writing more than mine? Give me a break. Well, in that case, what's the problem with me trying to impress you? Well, I'll tell you. Natsuki's face is freeze as she tries, like she just realized something. You're trying to impress me? Natsuki vigorously scans her eyes over my poem one more time. Then the poem slips out of her hand and flutters to the floor. I have to use the bathroom. Red-faced Natsuki quickly walks out of the room. Hey, Shunful, did you do something to Natsuki? Who's your favorite club member? My favorite club member would probably be Natsuki, honestly. I mean, I really like Sayori. She's definitely my second favorite. But there's something about Natsuki that's just really cute, and I really like. I mean, obviously her whole thing is based off being cute, but I just really like her, and she's adorable, and I love her. And then obviously Sayori is my second favorite because she's also really cute and adorable, and I love her. And then like I guess Monica and Yuri tie for like third because I don't hate either of them, but I don't necessarily like them a whole lot either. I'm just like mediocre about them, so I'm just like, you're okay, but like you're not my favorite. So I just saw her rush out like that. You didn't do anything terrible, did you? No. I just told her that my voice gets caught in my throat. There's no way I can tell Monica that I'm trying to impress Natsuki. Monica sees the poem laying on the floor and swiftly picks it up. She skims it over it a second time, smile not fading from her face. I see. At first I just thought you liked her writing style. But you wrote this for Natsuki, didn't you? I mean, not really. In fact, didn't she like your poem a lot the other day too? I'm surprised you know her taste so well already. Are you sure you're not cheating, Shunko? Cheating? What do you mean by that? Never mind. I'm just kidding. What are you kidding about? You didn't tell me what. I didn't understand Monica's joke at all. Anyway, how do you think Natsuki feels about you? Oh, you don't need to answer that. It was just something for you to think about. Hey, Natsuki comes back and snatches the poem out of Monica's hand. Neither of us had noticed she re-entered the classroom. Did you read this, Monica? Of course, I liked it. Ugh, you should really stop reading things that aren't for you, you know. You have a bad habit of doing that. Eh? But Shunpo wrote this poem, and we're supposed to be sharing with everyone, right? Ugh, Natsuki freezes. She apparently forgot that my poem is technically for everyone to read. Okay, well, I think Shunpo is done sharing his poems, but I didn't get to share with Natsuki. Not Natsuki. Sayori. It's not like anyone would want to read this anyways. In fact, I'm just gonna hold on to this. If you insist. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Like what? Ugh, never mind. Natsuki, I'll give you this poem, but that's not very fair to Sayori. She hasn't gotten to read it yet. So what? Well, I guess Shunpo is right, Natsuki. It's not fair that you don't let everyone finish reading it. Fine. Natsuki returns my poem. It's not like she's gonna like it, though. Anyway, read my poem now. No, I won't let you keep it. This is my only copy. I've already read this one. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you don't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. and it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course, it's about how everyone thinks That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out they'd make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares about what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone? It makes them happy. I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. And I'm sure a lot of other people can too. You know, I'm glad that you can appreciate this kind of writing. I mean, I know what I was talking about yesterday, but I've been enjoying sharing my writing with you, so consider yourself lucky, okay? Well, thanks for being honest. What's that supposed to mean? I'm always honest. Jeez. You're always being a tsundere is what you're doing. Just look forward to tomorrow, okay? Alright. I will. And Sayori. Oh my goodness! This is so good, Schwumpel. Huh? I love it! Especially after yesterday's poem. Ugh. You're too honest sometimes, Sayori. No, but really, I want to put this on my wall. Can I? Sayori, must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. So I have no idea what's going on, or what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has been a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Eh? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. But I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a Schwumpel poem. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet to her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. But that's why I just go with my heart. Makes me feel things. And then if it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I didn't even know what kind of writing you liked in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? You want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Eh? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll keep that in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Melancholy? Bittersweet. Well, that's another word. I guess that works, yeah. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad? I can see why you would like... I can't see why you would like something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give that rain cloud a little hug. And make it a nice happy rainbow. Sayori, that was unexpectedly poetic. Eh? It is. Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Schwumpel. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Bottles. Yeah, I've already read this one as well. This is the exact same. Holy crap. Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot. I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being so cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out really good, and you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this stuff, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing is the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori always has a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it in no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come and sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? Not like we could put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with the whole last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori's been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets that we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't really tell us what exactly we're going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica. Yeah, we're going to have a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let everyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. I can relate. I don't like performing either. Guys, no, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. And if we start the event and each of us put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah! It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, and finding new horizons, and having fun! That's right. Those are the reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feeling that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. If it takes standing in front of a room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. Then the least we could do is try to help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with it. Alright. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monica! This is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to a specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting her poem. A clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is this simply just natural? Or is that... Yeah, it's fine. I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica! Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Maybe go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering voice transforms into sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns and a structure that she initiates in perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she finishes. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back to reality and glances around her as if she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me after, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her. We were just so caught off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks over to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting to yourself, like in front of a mirror, or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. I cut off there for a second. I don't know. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly as cheery as Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this poem on paper, I probably wouldn't think too much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she liked my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Shwumple liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be better than that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just a bit embarrassing to do in front of everyone. Next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Shwumple. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyways. Might as well let Shwumple lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki, it's fine. I might as well go get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection on what to read. I'll just go with the poem I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of everyone. Everyone has their eyes on me and makes me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, I finish and receive the applaud anyway. Sorry, I'm not as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way over to the podium. The poem is called... Why Are You All Looking at Me? Is that what it's called? It's called Why Are You All Looking at Me? That's an interesting name, I'll give you that. It's pretty long, but... because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, oh crap. That's it. While she's a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. That's what it said, okay. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. I didn't do that to the others, but I'll applaud this time. She hops back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel a little prepared to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. I feel ya, but I still won't do it in front of strangers, or do stuff in front of strangers, because it's weird and I don't like it. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I would think it'd be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming, though. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea on what you would like to do now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice for the festival, okay? I'll make the pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Geez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine, too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Eat my hair, Natsuki. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue for that. As for the festival, we'll finish preparing tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no reason I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. Kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Oh, jeez, guys, that's not Sayori. I thought it was. Don't make such a big deal about it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Shumpul. You don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. Today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Oh, sorry, I was spacing out. My Siri went off. My phone just started going, Siri's trying to talk to me. I don't want to talk to her, though. Apparently, Sayori is too similar. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. Like, how we get to... Sayori fumbles with her words. So let's just say that one day Natsuki asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. I would walk home with you, Sayori. Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Natsuki? But she's so cute and fun to be around. I mean, she can be a little mean. But she is cute, I'll give her that. But you're also really adorable. God, I love you're so cute. Jeez, I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Shumpul. You're thinking about me too much sometimes. Natsuki would deserve it if she wanted to, so. Sorry, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure it out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never gonna happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of weird. Weird things for Sayori to care so much about. And I want to respect her and keep her that way. Like, keep her happy, too. Then again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows what will happen this time? We're doing this again. Fun! Holiday. Nope. Vanilla. Ribbon? Firework. No. Sting was one of them. No, it wasn't. Why do I keep clicking Sting when I know it's not for Satan Natsuki? Poof! Milk. Heart. Nope. fun. Nope. Parfait. Party. No. Sayori. Pure. Anime. Jumpy. Nibble? Yeah. The family. Nope. Games. Sticky. Giggle. Summer. Yeah. I did it. Hopefully that was enough. Oh man. I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. I'm super happy that you're willing to help out with the festival too. I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Eh? Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah, I'm not talking about our part in the festival. But it's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat and all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Sayori for all of a sudden. Monica, don't they usually have fried squid? Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people? Eh? I didn't say it like that. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because it's right in your name. Monica. That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri or Sayori's anyways. Excuse me. Where is Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori is sitting at a desk in the corner of the room looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. I wave my hand in front of her face. You're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh? Is everything alright? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Jeez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone else. Well, alright. If you say so. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back to everyone else. But the conversation is already dispersed and everyone is back to their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must have been spending a lot of time together. I timidly approached Monica, who's shuffling through some papers on her desk. Shumpo, what's up? Oh, I got rid of the text for a second. Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading a little too much into it, but she seems to be a bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room, who's idly dragging a rubber eraser across her desk. Maybe there is something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Shumple. You certainly know a lot better. You know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about the stuff that bothered her. But this time, when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. Just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No. It's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? She seemed to like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just had a hard time bringing it up with a person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Shumpo. Me? How on earth did you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know. She's been so much happier ever since you joined this club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside her. What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it's been that way. Than it's always been. You're so funny, Shumple. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her as so? Maybe have you ever thought that maybe you've always seen her so cheerful because that's how she is when you're around? I said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. I'm struggling. Alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks over to the room where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her, but she keeps her voice so quiet that I can't hear from her. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her, but and to have fun with everyone else. It's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. There's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Hey, you! I look up to see Natsuki next to me. Are you just gonna sit there and keep staring into space? Or staring at nothing? I know what I'm talking about. There's not that much time, so... sorry. I didn't mean to make you worry or anything. It's not like I'm worried. It was just... Natsuki glances down at her side. She's holding a volume of manga in her hand. That's right. Oh, that's right. Something just came up for a minute. But we can get started now. I won't make you wait any longer. Jeez. Now you're making me feel like a jerk. If there's something bothering you, then you can just tell me to leave you alone, and I will. I mean, I'm assuming you didn't feel like talking about her or anything. She practically mumbles the last part. Nah, I'm probably making a bigger deal than it is. I've just been thinking about Sayori, that's all. Sayori? Thinking about her? Yeah, she seems pretty down today. But she didn't want to admit it to me, so I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh, Natsuki exhales. Well, first of all, you should really work on your phrasing. But anyway, you're her best friend, right? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Then in that case, I think you should trust her a little more. If she needed you, then you would be the first person she would go to, right? Well, I guess that's true. I mean, some people just have those days. You can't always avoid it. If anything, she probably doesn't want you to worry about her because it's not important. Yeah, that's kind of what she said to me. But maybe it's not right for me to go against her wishes. Exactly. If she needs you to worry about her, then it'll be a lot more obvious. Yeah. I should have thought of that way from the start. Natsuki fiddles with the book she was holding in her hand. She really means a lot to you, doesn't she? Don't get the wrong idea or anything. We've just been friends for a long time. It's normal to worry about your friends. I mean, you were worried about me, so... I was not! Jeez, if you're fine, then let's hurry up and get started already. Yeah. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica, and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. If I go to her first, would she tell me? I want to know. Hi, Schwimple. Have you thought about what you wanted to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I let Monica take the poem that I'm holding in my hand. Sticking with Natsuki style once more, I see. You really like Natsuki, don't you? Oh, come on, Schwimple. It's awfully suspicious, you know. Spending time with her in the club room every day, pretending to like manga so that she's into you. I'm not pretending, I do like manga. Dude, have you forgotten that I have a whole shelf of it in my room? I love manga and I love anime because I'm a huge goddamn weeb. Pretending. You know how Natsuki is. If I don't indulge her, she'll end up hating me. No, I think you're misunderstanding, Schwimple. It's not like Natsuki hates anyone who doesn't give her what she wants. Yeah, she's assertive, but she's not that selfish. In fact, I think you're the only one who's indulged her as much as you have. Is that so? I kind of knew that, but I just didn't want to admit it. So I just need to ask you one thing from you. Be careful, please. Natsuki is kind of unpredictable. A lot of times she doesn't even know what she wants. After all, she's the youngest one here. She might not know how to handle her own feelings properly. What I'm saying is, if something bad happens, then it could end up damaging the whole club too. And you wouldn't do that to me, would you, right? I guess not. I'm not sure how to respond to Monica. While I care about her in the club, it's also kind of unfair to bring that up. Well, you're smart. I know you'll do the right thing. Monica smiles sweetly. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. Yeah, I've already read this one. I feel like learning and looking for answers is the sort of thing that gives life meaning. Not to get philosophical or anything, but it's kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. See, I've really put that much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we had all the answers, we wouldn't want to start losing. The world would start to lose its meaning. Good God! There's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about something more sad than happy. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything, we wouldn't have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you know that better than anyone. Don't you mean one-dimensional? What's the difference between three-dimensional and two-dimensional and one-dimensional? What is two-dimensional? What is? I don't know the difference. I know what 3D is. That's like my cup. This is three-dimensional, right? No, is it? I don't know any of the dimensions. I couldn't tell you. Anyway, whatever. You mean one-dimensional? Yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's rating tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your rating because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much time into. But if you find other people that enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling that your writing is good or okay or bad, you'll want to focus more on everything that went into it and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging, and it'll make you want to improve writing. Continue improving. Same thing. I think it's almost like having your own little lecture club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. You gonna stop being mean to me? Yuri doesn't look too enthusiastic about spending time with me. Guess she's changes her mind, she'll come to me. I should leave her be for now. Natsuki wanted to take my poem last time, so I'm gonna go to see Yuri first. It's nice, I guess. Come on, I can already tell you don't like it. Well, you don't need to worry about what I think. After all, you wrote this for someone else, didn't you? Probably Natsuki. I didn't read it for anyone specifically. Maybe. That's not really what I meant, though. But it's okay. You're making new friends just like I was hoping. It makes me really happy. And you're happy too, right? This club? Well, of course I am. Good. That's all that matters to me. Thank you, Shrimble. Sayori. Is there something wrong? Huh? No, nothing. I'm just a little tired today. Alright. Just tell me if you need anything. I will. Don't worry about me, okay? I can go play with everyone else now. If you insist. Yay! I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Sayori? Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. I guess Natsuki's left. Let's see. You're certainly enthusiastic today. Of course. You know I like your rating. I'm just surprised. It seemed like you had a lot of trouble admitting that before. Well, of course. I just had to put you in your place a bit. It's not like I was shy or anything stupid like that. Or jealous. I really wasn't jealous. Just because you happen to be a good writer? It's such a dumb thing to get jealous about. Natsuki. What? You're not very confident about your writing, are you? What are you talking about? My writing is obviously the best, right? It took me a while to figure out, but I think I did it. I finally did. Maybe Natsuki's acting so arrogant because she's trying to make up for her own insecurities. She acts like she's the best, then other people might think that way too, right? Shwimple, please just tell me you like my poems. I don't care if you hate them. Please just tell me I'm the best. I just really need to hear that from someone. No one sounds stupid. There's a reason I never shared my poems like this before. Natsuki. Because Nobody ever takes me seriously. What's the point in sharing my poems if everyone's just gonna laugh and say, that's so cute, just like you, Natsuki. Sometimes I don't want to be cute. Nobody understands that. I try really hard when I write. The style doesn't matter. The emotions are there. Why can't anyone see that? I just want... Natsuki trails off. Maybe it's because her lip starts to quiver. I look down. Her fists are clenched tightly. Hey, Natsuki, if you're not careful, you'll rip your own poem. I gently grab the poem with my own hand until she relaxed her grip on it. I place it flat on the desk and smooth out the wrinkles that she had put into it. Don't read it! Before I can pick it back up, Natsuki snatches the poem from the desk. It's not any good. I know you hate my poems. You don't have to read this one, okay? But I want to read it. Why? Because I like your poems. I really do. Why would I judge you for your style? It's not like my own style is anything crazy. I mean, it's true that the first time I read one of your poems, I didn't look too much into it, but I know you better now, and it's wrong for Yuri to think your style is more amateur than hers. Sayori, she always means well. Sometimes she's so focused on simple happiness that she doesn't understand what people really want. Yeah, I guess I never really thought about how hard it is for you. I am sorry if I was part of that problem. I understand now. You're not just cute, you're a lot more than that. Natsuki, you're doing it again. Natsuki clutches her poem a little too hard. She looks down, hiding her eyes from me. I never realized how difficult this was for her. But finally, she forces herself to extend her arms and set the poem on the table. You can read it. Just turn that way. Don't want you to look at my face right now. Okay, I will. I haven't read this one, so I will read this one. Because tomorrow will be brighter with me around. But when today is dim, I can only look down. My looking is a little more forward because you look at me. When I want to say something, I say it with a shout. But my truest feelings can never come out. My words are a little less empty because you listen to me. When something is above me, you reach for the stars. But when I feel small, I don't get very far. My standing is a little bit taller because you sit with me. I believe in myself with all my heart, but what do I do when it's torn all apart? My face is a little bit stronger because you trusted me. The pen always put my feelings to the test. I'm not the good writer, but I always do. But my best is my best. My poems are a little bit dearer because you think of me. Because of you. Oh, that was cute. First time playing the game. Actually, no, it's not. But it's fine. It's not my first time playing, but I haven't played this for a long time, so I don't remember much, honestly. Anyway, why are you looking at me like that? If you don't like it, then just say it. I won't get mad. No, it's not that I don't like it. I actually really liked it. That was a cute poem. You don't like the word cute. That was a really good poem, and I like that one a lot. I don't think I've ever read that one. Yeah, no, I don't remember ever reading that poem before. It was definitely new, or something like that. I really like it. It was really good. It's just a little bit surprising to read. Or I guess I'm not used to hearing such nice things coming out of you. Don't just say that, dummy. What do you think the point of the writing is? Expressing things that you can't just say? Yeah, I understand. I'm sorry for missing the point sometimes. I always mean well. And I'm happy you showed this to me. I liked it. Well, yeah. I'm a pro, so... Natsuki mumbles, completely failing to sound confident like she usually does. Just remember that I can think these things sometimes too. When you're nice to me, it's meaningful. I'm glad. Sensing Natsuki is satisfied, I start to hand the poem back to her. But as I do so, Natsuki takes my hands and pushes them back away. Her small, soft hands surprise me with their assertion. I don't want it. Eh? Why not? I just don't. Jeez. I realize what Natsuki is doing. Unable to be honest, she's trying to give me her poem in a roundabout way. Well, in that case, I'm going to keep it. Instead of teasing her, I choose to go along with it. Good. If you didn't, I would. Never mind. Just, I'm glad you want it. Natsuki backpedals on her words and leaves it at that. Despite her best efforts to hide her expression, I can see her faintly smiling to herself. That's all for now, so go put it away before someone sees it, okay? Yeah. I'll go do that. With that, I return to my seat so I can put away Natsuki's poem. She's so cute, God. I love her. Oh, okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out... Hold on a second. Is it just me, or did you say something strange just now? Eh? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. She has a catchphrase? If it is, I don't know it. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Jeez. Why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is going to happen. In yearbooks, maybe. Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here. It seems like you're right. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around. Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just wanted to pee. Natsuki, please show some decency. Oh, come on. She actually wasn't feeling too well, so she went home early. Is that so? I hope she's alright. Seriously? Of all the times not to go home with her, you picked the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey. No. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. Second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. Huh? That's a curious expression coming from Yuri of all people. Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier and everything's fine. What did she say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so... What did she say, Monica? Let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend. I already know what I'm doing. That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes. But we need a lot of them, so in different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted. And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets, so you'll be helping me design them. As for you, Yuri, you can, guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm useless. No, that's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know. Now, Natsuki's pouting too? Jeez, and even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around. That may be the case, but if I can't be leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know? So you should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that, I love atmosphere. Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk, focus, and starts nodding to herself. Aw, I like seeing you're dedicated. It's like one of the cute things about her. She's not my favorite, not in any sense, but... Do I need to do both options in the first act? Okay, then. I've been given tip from dear sister of mine. I need to save before choosing, so I can do both thingies in the first act, apparently. So, okay then. Your mind is already racing, I see. That's great. You'll be wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Shumple, the one who's truly useless. Don't say that. In fact, well, Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. I'd be really appreciative of that. That's... Monica is suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members? How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a little bit of help. Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always dirty work I could give you. It's not like Monica is going to give me a choice and you should be sitting on your butt anyway. Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own? Shumple may not like being around if you're only going to make him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, he may be more suitable assisting with the decorations. You didn't want to even talk to me earlier yesterday and the day before. What do you mean you want me to help you? You're confusing me and giving me a lot of mixed signals here, buddy. Do you want to be near me or not? You gotta stop sending me signals like this. It's weird. Hold on, I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're making excuses for Shrimple to... What are you saying? It'll be extremely meticulous work. And baking isn't? Just what do you think? Guys, let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Shrimple to decide how he'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten a chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? So I'm sure he's interested in... You literally just said that. I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying, though. Jeez. Can we just settle this already? Yeah. Shrimple, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you. Of course. Very well. In that case, everyone look straight at me. Of course, I'm going to go with, I'm going to save. That's what I'm going to do. We'll save right here. There we go. Sayori! I mean, I'm going to be with anyone, I prefer helping Sayori. And we're already neighbors, and Monica said that Sayori was helping her. Jeez, do you really hate us that much? No. Sorry, I didn't mean for this to be so difficult. Just think of the club, okay? That's okay. Well, baking sounds like it could be fun. You guys made it sound like a lot of work, so it could probably use two people. Two people. I don't know what that was. Don't worry. Baking is a ton of fun. You'll definitely agree. Just a minute ago, you were saying that's because... Never mind, okay? Well, anyway. You'll be fine by yourself, right, Yuri? Of course. I'm used to it after all. Oh man, I only picked this because you didn't like me earlier. So, Also, I really like Atsuki. She's adorable. God. That's good. Even though Yuri's being melodramatic, it's a little hard not to feel bad. So, that's everything, right? Anything else we need to talk about? No, I think that's it. Are you guys excited? Yes! Everything except the performance is gonna be awesome. I don't think that really counts. What about you, Shrimple? Me? I guess you could say I'm interested in how it'll turn out. That's good enough for me. What about you, Yuri? Yuri? She's still sulking. Natsuki starts pouting as well. Or starts pouting too. It's not that big of a deal or anything. Well, it might not be just that. I think that Yuri is feeling a little underappreciated in general. Having to come up with something for her to do, and nobody offering to help. That doesn't mean... Ugh. Natsuki glances back and forth between everyone with a worried expression. Look. Natsuki goes over and places her hands down on Yuri's shoulders. Yuri, you're really the most talented one here. And you're going to help make the event a lot more fun and welcoming. I mean, the cupcakes will probably help too, but you're going to make the atmosphere special. That'll be really important for the way the people feel during the performances. So, you need to stop being dumb and give yourself a little more credit. Natsuki releases her hands and turns over to face the other direction. You didn't really mean that, did you? Not really, but Yuri isn't the only one surprised. Monica and I were also taken aback by Natsuki's words. Natsuki of all people to be saying such encouraging things, but I begin to understand. Natsuki was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell she's tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about it themselves. Sorry for being dumb. I'm going to do my best. All of us are going to make a really great event. Yeah. I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head out. Okay, but I'm staying here a bit longer. Barely got to do any reading today, so fair enough, there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monica and Yuri at the door as they chat between each other. Where are you going? We still need to figure out the plans for this weekend. You literally would have just gone home and realized you didn't have any way to contact me. Oh, that's true. I have no idea how that slipped my mind. Geez, good thing I stopped you. I'm giving you my number, okay? You better not make it weird or anything. Why would I do that? Natsuki gives me her number. Okay, coming over on Sunday. Okay, I can do that. I'll bring all the ingredients. Wait, You're coming to my house? Well, yeah. What's wrong with that? I mean, I just figured that since I'm the one helping, I would be going to your house. Yeah, right. Like I could have a guy over at my house. My dad would kill me. Really? That's kind of strict if you ask me. Yeah, how do you think I feel? I can't do anything when my dad is home. Anyway, I just needed to complain for a second. We have each other's numbers now. That's all I needed from you. I guess I'll text you when I'm coming over. Alright, fine by me. Yeah. I'm really gonna show you why I love baking so much. So you better look forward to it. Oh? Didn't you say you were just gonna give me all the dirty work? Well, I was just saying that it's not like I could act like that in front of everyone. I was just looking forward to this. Wait, really? Well, kind of. Just because I never got to bake with someone else before. That's all it is, so. Alright, I get it. Sorry for overreacting. Anyway, I'll be heading out now. See you on Sunday. Never mind. I can't believe this. Natsuki's going to be coming to my house on Sunday. Even though I would have preferred to do this with Sayori, my anxiety still shoots through the roof. I guess I've got pretty used to handling her at this point. But who knows what might end up happening when we're outside of school. She even told me she was looking forward to it. I shake my head. Why do I feel nervous that Sayori finds out about this? It's not like we feel that way about each other. Besides, like Monica said, this is about the club. I have nothing to worry about. I'll just go with it, and then when I have a good time, I'll have a good time. Yeah. It's already Sunday. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Natsuki's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. I wonder if she'll act any different now that it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, she's been texting me a lot. We sent to each other after exchanging numbers to double check, but it turned into a conversation. She's almost a completely different personality on the phone, using tons of emoji and cute language. She also really likes to complain about things, but I kind of saw that one coming. But putting Natsuki aside, let me think. I haven't heard anything from Sayori since she left the club earlier the other day. The other day? Wait. Whatever. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monica said, is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? I decided to visit Sayori before Natsuki comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like I've done in the past. When I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering myself. Again, we used to play so often that we've made it a habit of simply entering each other's houses whenever we're family. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's already strange for her not to run down and greet me. I head up to her room when I finally find her. Sayori? Hi, Schwimple. I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you? I guess you're right. It has been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is as messy as it's always been. That doesn't look messy at all. It looks pretty clean. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations that she has had for years now. If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. That's because I end up cleaning it for you. How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Natsuki today? Yeah, but... Wait, how did you know that? Sayori had already left by the time we decided that list meeting. Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival and preparations, right? Ah, that's true. What about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monica today? Of course, but I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything. Ah, so that was just me and Natsuki then. Yep. There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. Finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing. After you left on Friday, when something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So, Sayori smiles, shaking her head. That's not good, Schwimple. Why can't it just be like it's always been? This is all my fault. I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have been thinking about me right now. But it's just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world has decided for you to come over today. It just wants to torture me. Sayori! I grabbed Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So tell me already. Till I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Ah. Sayori gives me an empty smile. You really put me in a trap, Schwumpel. But you're wrong. Nothing has happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time. Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori? You're just going to make me say it, aren't you, Schwumpel? I guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy and caring to waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like. And that's why I just want to make everyone happy, without anyone worrying about me. I'm shocked. I'm in shock. Can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time I've known her? Did she really want so badly for me to just not think about her? Why, Sayori? Why is it that you never told me about this? It almost feels like I've been betrayed as your closest friend. Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. Even if there's only so much I could do. I would have tried a little harder to make every day a little better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me. You don't understand at all, Schwumpel. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have to waste effort caring about me instead of doing the important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes. It also feels like a bat being swung against my head. What does that say? I was just laughing. That's why I so badly want you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer to everyone in the club feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. You're right, I don't understand. I don't understand how you feel at all, Sayori. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do. No, Schwumpel. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped me is that everything was like it always was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. Tears streaked down Sayori's face. I made you join the literature club because I was selfish. I was punished by my hurting in a way I couldn't understand. Now you came here, and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am. And that's why I'm going to accept these punishments. Because I deserve every last one. Without thinking, I again grabbed Sayori's shoulders. This time, I pull her into a tight embrace. Schwumpel, Sayori, I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, that's just a bonus. But please, never underestimate how much I care about you. I would never have it any other way. Schwumpel. You know, it's a real sentimental moment, and then my name's just Schwumpel. Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her side. She starts sobbing next to my ear. No, don't do this to me. Please don't do this. Schwumpel. Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want is for her to know that I care. If you have it into you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. If there's anything that you need me to do, then you better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't. I don't know. Just don't know. I don't know. Gently, Sayori puts her arms around me in return. I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, Schwumpel. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. But your hugs are so warm. That's really scary too. Sayori lets me go. As she does so, I let her go as well. The festival is tomorrow. Yeah. It's going to be fun, right? Yeah. How would you like to spend it for me to spend it all with you? It's what I want. I promise. I think that would be nice then. Yeah. Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. If all the days, it had to be the ones I had planned. Maybe I should cancel. No, don't. Please don't. You did that. I really wouldn't forgive you. But it's almost time for Natsuki to meet at my house. At the very least, do you want to come along and help out? It would be fun. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head. Sorry. I don't know if it's very good for me today. You understand, right? It's kind of hard for me to fully understand. I'm trying my hardest. It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Alright. I look forward to it. I say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. I did it again. On the way home, I find myself still uneasy. It's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Natsuki's coming over too. I think Sayori is right. I shouldn't worry too much, and we're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. I spend only a few minutes back at home, anxiously waiting Natsuki's arrival. Before I know it, she texts me that she's outside the front door. Without delay, I open the door and let her in. Aw, she's so cute! Sup? Hey! I don't know what I was expecting, but seeing Natsuki in something other than her school uniform totally threw me off. To see her in such cute clothes makes the uniform seem totally unfitting in comparison. Jeez, don't make it feel so awkward already. It's gonna be a long afternoon, so don't be weird just because you're not used to seeing me outside of school. Anyway, I'm coming in. I see you brought a lot of stuff. Natsuki is carrying a bag that's probably full of baking supplies. Well, I didn't want to come all the way just to find out your kitchen was equipped for the job. You bought everything I asked you to, right? Yeah, I did. Yesterday, Natsuki asked me to buy a bunch of ingredients if I didn't have them already at home. Good. Glad I could count on you to do your part. Well, of course. I'm surprised to hear Natsuki suddenly say that, rather than something snarky like she usually does. Could it be that she's a little different outside of school, after all? Anyway, let's go to the kitchen. You're not even going to offer to take this heavy bag for me? Where's your hospitality, Schwumpel? Come on. Since when did I need to be a gentleman? I grabbed the bag Natsuki holds out to me. This is ridiculously heavy. I carried that all the way here. Are you impressed? I see now. Yeah, I am impressed, Natsuki. Seems like I always underestimate you. It's because I'm so small, isn't it? You jerk. Natsuki hits the fist to my chest. Hey, your size has nothing to do with it. Do you really hate being small that much? It's not like I hate it. I mean, sometimes proving people wrong when they only think I'm worth my size. It's fun when I get to be small and also be better than other people. But, geez, never mind. What are you making me say? Don't think you can make me talk about weird things just because we're not at school. Ugh. Are you getting started? Are we getting started or what? There's a lot of stuff I gotta teach you. What? That's a little more like you. You're more fun when you just speak your mind like that. Hey! Now you are treating me like a kid. I'm just trying to be a little more nicer to you, you know? And just because I don't have to be mature and have a sexy figure like Yuri doesn't mean you should treat me anything like it. Natsuki catches her words and her face turns red. Natsuki, forget it! I didn't say anything! I should apologize. Eh? I appreciate that you were trying to be nicer. I should have been a little more considerate, too. But also, that's what you're thinking, then you should know that there's a ton of guys who are into body types like yours. How would you know that anyway? Just trust me on this one. Gross. Hey! Was that to me? Who else? Man, let's just get started already. You get all sour when girls call you gross. Finally found your weakness, Shumple. Natsuki smiles deviously. Please spare me. Well, if Natsuki decides to dish out more insults like that, there's no way I'm fighting back. But she's satisfied enough for now, finally starting to pull things out of her bag so we can get started. Before long, the whole kitchen is a mess. Spoons, dirty bowls, flour, spilled fluid, and plastic bags are strewn about every countertop. The mixer isn't big enough to make all the batter at once, so we have to do it several times. Meanwhile, Natsuki is babysitting all my movements to make sure I don't mess up any of her precious baking. Shumple, where did you put the food coloring? The batter is going to be in the oven soon, so I need to fill the trays. I think it's still in the bag next to the table. What are you using it for? To color the batter, of course. I'm making each tray a different color. That way, even if the flavors aren't different, everyone can still pick their favorite. Ah, that's a cute idea. Are we doing anything like that with the icing? Do you want to? Ah, you're asking me? I don't really have a preference, though. Come on. You're not putting any heart into this. Can you at least try to have fun? Can you at least try to have some fun? I'm having fun. I'm not really sure what Natsuki is trying to get out of me. Meanwhile, I see her separate the batter into smaller bowls and put a few drops of food coloring in each. Ah, that does look pretty cool. See? It's not like baking is just about following instructions. The presentation is where you get to be creative and have the most fun. It's like a million times more worth it in the end. If just looking at it makes everyone's eyes lighten up. Like the ones you made on my first day, huh? I recall Natsuki proudly presenting her cat-shaped cupcakes and Sayori and Monika's delighted expressions. I wonder if I can make Natsuki proud like that too. Yeah. Maybe I will use food coloring then. Sounds like you're starting to understand. Just make sure you completely finish mixing the icing before you mess with the food coloring. Yeah, it's getting there. We were using the electric mixer for the batter, so I was stuck with the whisk. In a huge bowl for the icing. Eh? The icing's still all lumpy. Are you even trying? Well, yeah. It'll just take a little longer. Jeez, I'll be here all night if you do it like that. Here, look. Natsuki grabs the whisk for me and uses her other hand to tilt the bowl back. You really need to beat the crap out of it. After a few seconds, the consistency of icing has already improved. See? As if to emphasize, Natsuki sticks her finger in the icing and pops it into her mouth. I reluctantly start to do the same. Hey! Natsuki suddenly grabs my wrist. I don't want your gross fingers in my icing. Your icing, eh? Are you forgetting who did all the work? I start to fight back, trying to inch my finger towards the bowl. Don't make me beat the crap out of you next. I'd like to see you try. I push harder, just enough for my finger to reach the icing. I triumphantly scoop some with my finger, just as Natsuki tugs with all her might. The force of Natsuki pulling me causes me to stumble and make her stumble in turn. Gross! You got it on my face. Whose fault is that? There's a big glob of icing on Natsuki's cheek. She tries to reach it with her tongue, but it's too far away. Jeez. You know what? Take this. Natsuki instead wipes it off her finger, shoving her finger towards my own face. You wish. I'm faster. I grab her wrist with my hand before it reaches me. Natsuki tries to use her other hand to fight back, but I grab that one as well. Stop. Not until you apologize for calling me gross. Fine. I'm sorry for calling you gross. You know I don't mean it. It's just fun seeing you react to it. You do that to me all the time, you know. Saying dumb things like that just to get a reaction out of me. You really shouldn't tease girls like that. Is that so? In that case, I probably shouldn't do this either. I take Natsuki's finger and... No! That's weird. I don't like that. What? Did you seriously just... Natsuki is so surprised that she can't even figure out how to get mad at me. Her face is entirely red. Well, you really shouldn't do that kinds of things to girls unless you really like them. You know that, right? What kind of question is she asking me? Just like that? How did the mood turn to this so quickly? Natsuki gazes at me in silence. I notice her shallow breaths. Why am I starting to feel dizzy? Out of nowhere, the fire alarm starts going off. Natsuki rushes over to the oven. Is something burning? I thought you didn't put the cupcakes in yet. No wonder. You left a dirty tray in here, you dummy. How could you make a mistake like that? You should have checked before turning the oven on. Don't blame me for your mistakes. Jeez. Natsuki uses an oven mitt to grab the blackened tray out of the oven. She sets it on top of the stove. In another moment, the fire alarm stops. Anyway, I'm putting them in the oven now. Yeah. The tension from the moment before still lingers over our heads. But that moment has already been lost. I watch as Natsuki slides the cupcakes into the tray. Slides the cupcake trays into the oven. Jesus, why was that so hard to read? I then reluctantly pick up the whisk and continue the icing like nothing ever happened. That smells so good! The cupcakes are ready to be pulled out of the oven. As soon as Natsuki opens the oven door, blast of sweet-smelling warmth fills the air. Look how cute they all look! She proudly shows off the different colored cupcakes in each of the trays. They'll look even better once we add the icing. Not like you need to tell me that. Well. Oh, my bad. I brought decorating stuff, so I hope you can get creative. Here, scoop the icing into these bags. Natsuki hands me some plastic bags. I have these nozzles that will make it look nice and fluffy. This one can even make flowers. You probably won't be using it this time, though. What's this one for? I pick up one of the nozzles that had a much thinner tip than the others. That one's usually really thin, so you can make stripes or patterns. But you can also use it to write stuff on a cake. Like, happy birthday or whatever. Oh, I see. That gives me an idea, actually. Well, it's a literature event, right? We could make a little more literature themed by writing different words on each of the cupcakes. It would be fun to see people choose their cupcake based on the word they like. I was kind of expecting to say something really stupid. But that's actually a really cute idea, so... Maybe I'm getting it from you. But what's that supposed to mean? I'm not cute. Come on. We're not at school, nobody's judging. You can't dress like that and act like this and not expect me to think that you're cute. Well, Natsuki's voice trails off. Same with you. Did you say something? No, it's nothing. Let's just do the icing. Natsuki picks up the paste and fastens the nozzle onto each of the bags. There's a lot to do, so we shouldn't be wasting time. Here, I'll show you how to do it. Without giving me a chance to think about it before, Natsuki quickly moves on. She shows me how to apply the icing, and we each get to work. When we are finally finished, Natsuki puts them all side by side. To admire our work. Look how pretty they are together. Yeah, they are, aren't they? I wish I could have one now. Well, there's no reason you can't, right? I don't see any harm in that. Well, yeah, but my dad's making dinner tonight, so I'll really need to save my appetite. Sayori's the exact opposite of that regard. If she were here, she probably would have been down 10 cupcakes already. She would still eat dinner. Come on, that's just unhealthy. Besides, when my dad cooks, I need to eat as much as I can. Eat as much of it as I can. Well, anyway, I was hoping we would have time for manga, but I need to be home for dinner. Already? That's a shame. It's your fault for working so slowly. You should have thought about that. It's not like you'll always have this chance, man. Usually Natsuki places the blame on me. It's you. What? Whatever. You can bring the cupcakes tomorrow, right? If you and Sayori each carry some, then you can probably do within one trip. Yeah, I can do that. And don't worry, I won't let her eat any. I wish she would listen to me like she always listens to you. Yeah. I think back to the conversation I had with Sayori earlier today. I felt so helpless. Sayori always does listen to me, but at that point I felt like she couldn't listen to me at all. Okay, I'm all packed up. Good work today. You too. I'll walk you out, I guess. Just like that, Natsuki is already about to leave. I feel like the afternoon went by in a flash. More than that. Did I even take an opportunity to get close to her like I wanted? Well, I guess I'll be off then. Thanks for all the help and everything. I'll see you tomorrow. Wait, Natsuki. Eh? What you said before about not always having this chance? It doesn't have anything to do that. It doesn't have to be that way at all. I had fun today. You showed me how to have fun, how fun baking could be like you wanted. But aside from that, you can always come over anytime, okay? I think that if possible, I'd like to spend more time like this. If you want to read manga or go out somewhere. Do you really mean that? Natsuki looks at me tensely like she's trying to hide her expression. Yeah, I want to spend more time with you. Shumpel, I thought you only cared about getting this done. Ugh. Sorry I have to leave so early today. I really didn't want to. I would really like to stay longer here if I could. I feel the same way as you, so. Natsuki suddenly gets closer to me. You're very close. Why are you so close? Wait, Natsuki! Standing inches from me, Natsuki looks up at me. I feel her fingers gently clutch at the side of my shirt, as if holding on to me. Her rose-colored cheeks and matching eyes fill my vision, along with her slightly parted lips. What is happening? My head starts to get dizzy as I feel her soft breath. What the hell's happening? I've felt it for a while now. Natsuki suddenly jumps back. Sayori? Eh? Hi, Shumpel. Sayori. Just now we weren't... It's okay, Shumpel. I just stopped by to say hi. Why did the music cut out? The music's gone and it's worrying me. Well, you should have come a little earlier. I'm already on my way out, so... Aw, really? That's too bad. Yeah, well, I'll see you at the festival tomorrow, so it's fine. Just don't eat any cupcakes before then. Anyway, later. Clearly flustered, Natsuki hurries off and Sayori waves goodbye. Sayori? Oh, there's the music. I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was getting really mean to me, so I had to come over and see it for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you're having with Natsuki? How close you got to her? Makes me feel really happy. And you made such good friends. And that's all that matters to me. Tears start to fall down from Sayori's face. That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Shumpel? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be much better if I could just disappear. Sayori, don't say that. It's true, Shumpel. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You won't have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. She just... Monica? Monica was right about what? Sayori, what I said before was true. I'm not gonna let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me really happy. Something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. But Sayori looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared, Shumpel. I'm really scared. What are you scared of, Sayori? I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me. Sayori? It's true, isn't it? I was weak and I started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Shumpel, I like you so much that I want to die. Oh, please don't kill yourself over me. I want to die. That's how I feel. And that's enough, Sayori. I don't want to hurt you anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said I always knew what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all of your feelings, I know what you need the most right now. That's what I'm going to give you. Sayori. I love you! You're so cute! Hey, first time playing Doki. Unfortunately not. But it's been a few years, so I don't really remember much of it. So, yeah. Love you. Those are my true feelings. So there's no way you could like me any more than I like you. Should have realized it sooner. But spending time with everyone in the club, making new friends, having fun with you every day, helped me realize that you truly are the most important person to me. That's why I accept all my burdens, all of your burdens. As long as we continue this every day, with you by my side, then I know we'll both be happy. Shumpel. Yaww. Suddenly Sayori wraps her arms around me tightly. Is this really okay? Yeah. I held Sayori in my arms and pulled her closer. You'll never have to let go of me again. I love you, Shunpo. Aww, you're so cute! I want to be with you forever. Me too. I feel Sayori's grip on me weaken a little bit. What is this? Sayori? I'm supposed to be happy right now. I always thought that this was the happiest moment for me. But why, even now, why won't the ruined clothes go away? They're not going away at all, Shunpo. It's okay, Sayori. It may take some time for them to get better again. But no matter how long it takes, I'll always be there every step of the way. That's all that matters right now. Okay. I trust you. Sayori and I slowly release each other. So, I guess that makes the festival tomorrow our first date, huh? What are you saying? I don't want to think about those things, you know? I want everything to stay the same as it always has been. Even if we really are a couple. I don't think I could handle anything more right now. This is really new and scary for me. I understand. We'll go at whatever pace suits you best. Hey, Shrimple. Sayori gazes at me once again, smiling sadly. Even if I get really, really sad, this is the best thing for me, right? I don't really understand what Sayori means by that. Are you saying this makes you feel sad, Sayori? I don't know. I don't understand what I'm feeling. It feels like a bunch of thorns when you told me you loved me, but that's why I want to trust you. You know what's best for me. Yeah, I do. That's my promise. I say that, but in reality, I've never felt more uncertain when it comes to Sayori. I know that I love her and that she loves me. And I'm having so much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, keep wondering if I should be doing something more or something different. And these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. Is that what Sayori meant by not wanting anything to change? I don't know. But I know that I'll give it everything I've got. Sayori's the most important person to me. Jesus Christ. And I'll do whatever it takes to have a happy future with her. That's the wrong button. We're gonna save. We're gonna save. So. I've going on 2 hours and 30 minutes or so. I think that's enough. And now I just gotta go back and do Yuri. Because apparently I have to do this during the first act, according to my sister. But fun. I don't know. I'll go back to the main menu. Yeah. But we've made progress. That's fun. I don't know what else to say, but we've made progress. So, whatever. I don't know what else to say. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. How was your day, Once I've reached an end, I suddenly have no idea what to talk about, so. Yeah. Sayori's adorable, and so is Natsuki. God, they're all so cute. But anyway. Yeah, basically. I gotta find someone to raid and then. Yeah. Yeah, just yeah. I don't know. I'm very bad when it comes to closing out a stream. Very, very bad at it. I don't even know. I don't know. I already asked how people say words. I'm running out of topic fillers or conversation starters. Bye. See you. Right, there we go. Anyway, bye.